Hey everyone, this is Hayata. I was driving by my local park. It's just 5 minutes away from me, and I couldn't help but notice the beautiful fall colors that we got. So it is November 7th, 2025, and it looks like we got some awesome peeking going on with the fall colors. So I went home, grabbed my pinhole camera, and we're gonna take a few shots. Let's see what we get. We are here in Meadowlands Park in South Orange, New Jersey, which is a community I live in. And over here is that tree I showed you earlier that got me to stop here. We're gonna do some pinhole photography. Now, if you're not familiar with pinhole, it is photography, but it's a little bit different than what you might expect. What's different is that there's no lens like a regular camera would have. It actually uses a little pinhole to let the light in to expose the film. And what that does is it gives the image a different look to it than you might expect. It's got a different aesthetic to it. In my opinion, it looks really nice, really beautiful. And for these wonderful fall colors that we have, I think that's really gonna show itself. So we're gonna take a few photographs, and I'll explain what I'm doing, but I wanna explain it in a way that's not technical, but more about how pinhole provides that different look and feel that makes a beautiful photograph. Right, so let's get started. Here's my pinhole camera. And I won't get into detail on this. I'll just show you what it looks like from the front. Right, and that's a little shutter. And when I open the shutter, there'll be a little pinhole that allows the light in. So now we are here at that first tree I showed you. For this shot, pretty much what you're seeing on the screen is what's going to be in the photo. And I've got a little viewfinder here, which I can kind of show you what it's supposed to kind of look like. This is a film camera, and one thing I have to do is remove the dark slide. All right, so this is going to let or take the cover off of the film. Right, that's blocking the light, and but it's not exposing yet. I still have a trigger or a shutter that I have to open up, and that will actually show the pinhole or let the light into the pinhole. And give me a second, and I'll figure out how much the shutter needs to be open for. So I have an iPhone app that tells me how long I need to open the shutter for using my remote trigger here, and that app says 13 seconds, and then I have this little stopwatch that I use to help me time it. And let's get an exposure. Okay, so that's 13 seconds. So this is not the best photograph in the world. It's poorly composed, and we got a light leak going on somewhere. Now I promise you that the last photo we took is going to be much better and going to really show what pinhole photography can do. But I want to point out something about pinhole photography which I like, and we can do that by zooming into the yellow leaves. Now with a regular camera, you're going to see a lot of sharp edges, and in pinhole, that sharpness is going to be worn away. It's going to look soft. And what I find anyway, right, is with a regular camera and the sharp edges, your eyes start naturally seeing those edges and start analyzing the photograph that way. Whereas when it's soft like this, right, your eye notices the color first. Right? And that's why I think pinhole is good for autumn photography, because it's all about the colors, right? So here we are at the second location. It is up this beautiful red tree, and you can kind of see when the light hits it just right, it shimmers with light. one of the things about pinhole photography is that the exposure times can be long. So you kind of see from the app that this one is about 8 seconds long. So we're gonna get a lot of motion blur in those leaves, and I'm kind of thinking that it's gonna cause like a really painterly effect, and it might be a little bit abstract. Now you can see what I'm talking about in the middle lower part of this image. You can see that the leaves are blurred out, and that's because of the motion blur from the wind, and it gives it that kind of painterly effect, right? Because it's not a smooth orange, right? But it is kind of a blurred out orange with texture to it, right? So it gives it that painterly effect. So here we are at the third location, and what I like about this location is that we're photographing kind of 3 trees really. Got the main one here, there's one without any leaves kind of here, and then there's the orange one in the background there. One attribute of pinhole photography is that basically everything is going to be in focus. Now, when I say in focus, I just mean that it'll be in focus as much as it can be. So now, that first point I made about everything kind of being soft, there's no exception here. It's gonna be soft, but they're all gonna be kind of the same level of softness. Yeah, so this image came out really nice, and you can see what I'm talking about in terms of the softness. It's the same level of softness throughout the entire image, and what photographers call that is flattening the image. Right? It's taking things that are in the background and making it visually forward, right? So that you notice it more. Right? And since this is fall colors, and I wanted to show the different colors, right? We can see the red tree in the front and the orange tree in the back, and they both have kind of the same color weight to it. So we don't want to lose all the depth in an image, right? Because depth provides a little bit of dynamism to the image. So what helps there is that it's 3 trees. Right? We got the one in the front, the bare one in the middle, and the other one in the background. So we know that one is in front of the other. Right? So and that's why I like this image a lot. Right? It's using the attributes of Pinhole to provide a pronounced color palette, right? But then as a regular photograph, you still got that depth. So I think this is an awesome image, and I hope you like it. So that's the third photo for this video, and I have a couple of frames left on the roll of film, so I'm gonna shoot those, and if they come out okay, I'll include them at the end of this video. Now, some of you might be saying that, those 3 things we talked about, the softness from the pinhole, and kind of motion blur from the wind, and the depth that we talked about for the last shot, that those could be done with a regular camera, and that's true. But the thing about pinhole is that it has its own little aesthetic to it. Right? It takes those 3 elements and blends them together in a unique way that's really hard to replicate with a regular camera. So, and that's what appeals to me about pinhole photography. It's got that intangible, right? That just makes it look different from any kind of other photography that I've seen. So let me know if you agree, and talk to you next time. So I did get one more image, and it turned out pretty good too, and here it is.